My name is Harvey, and I'm gonna explain how stars appear to travel through the night. How stars appear to travel in a predictable pattern.
Hi, my name is Ashley.
And other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was.
So
And how when you see them during the day.
they travel in a predictable. They travel in a
pattern.
They appear to travel in an arc, but actually it's because of the Earth's rotation. Because as the Earth's rotating, the stars are not moving, and but the Earth is, and then you get to different stars every day. You get different stars every day. Since there's a rotation of the Earth, because it's spinning into the tip, and that means it'll make it different stars at different times. They're visible. Stars are visible at night because the sun is just about as the sun is just as powerful. Has enough brightness to overpower the moon or the star's brightness. So that's why it's not during the day. That's why stars aren't visible during the day because they can't, because the sun blocks their travel. So stars are visible at night because the moon does not block their travel, does not block their brightness because it has it's lower brightness than the sun. The sun, moon, and many other stars appear to rise and set. Well, some stars travel in circles because they're right here, but some stars are like right down there, right, lower than down here, and then it goes around, and then it goes around while the Earth is turning. It's the same how sun appears in an arc. It's not the sun, but it's where the ones that are moving. So we're the ones who are moving, and it's the same it's the same how the sun works. So if the sun works, so the sun makes it. So the sun the stars are always in one place. So as we move, the sun will move, but it's not actually the stars moving. It's actually us. And some other things that I learned in this lesson is that sometimes that the stars can be slow. Stars cannot sometimes don't make a full arc during the day because of the sun, and the stars are all at a different rotation time, and if the rotation time, I don't know which, rotation time, and sometimes the sun rises and the star doesn't make it, so it gets blocked out by the sun, and then they can't be seen. But some stars actually make tiny circles, and because they're in one place, so the sun is actually turning. So, for example, the North Star makes like this circle, but that's why we can see it. We can see it also. We can see it a lot. Or, yeah, we can see it at night because it is only making a tiny circle and we're revolving. And yeah, it only makes a tiny circle to that because we're revolving around the sun. Some stars travel in circles because they're higher up, and they're as the Earth moves, it doesn't affect how that star goes that much. So the star won't change that much. The stars will just make a little circle. And that's how stars make a little circle in the thing. But it like the star stays at the same time. But it also this is the Earth, this is the star. So it stays, and then the Earth is. So it goes day and night. It switches from day and night. But this does tiny circles as the sun is moving. So because it just affects the perspective of how we see it. It affects the perspective of how we see it. That was my video. Bye.